There we go. We're live, everyone. I will come back and introduce, but let's start this with this wonderful music about women. Let's flex a little bit and see where we are. Hopefully, this is clear.
I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. I'm intelligent and wise. A beautiful woman. I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. Magnificent. Today's woman. I can be your doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or an engineer. I could be your mother. Ooh, I can be your sister. I can be a nurse or a judge in the court. I could be a leader, ruling over a nation, all over the world. I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. I'm intelligent and wise. A beautiful woman. I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. Magnificent. Today's woman. The spirit of women is calling, and the voice of unity must answer. Today's woman. Today's woman.
Yep, today's woman, the voices of unity is calling, and we must answer. Whatever it said, that's what it said. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. We are here to talk to you. Do you know about your senatorial candidates? We do have a conversation with one of the candidates via the sister to get to know her, to know who she is, her journey into politics, her journey as a woman, her journey as a wife, a journey as a daughter of Liberia, and indeed a daughter of Nimbakani, and as a mother. Okay, as women, we wear many hats. Again, like I told you, there will be a lot of we're trying to get all of the candidates over here so we can have a conversation for them from our viewpoint as women. Okay, give them an opportunity to talk to us. All right. We have not reached out to Sis Edith yet. We will indeed, but we wanted to talk to somebody that she grew up with, somebody that I believe looks strongly up to her, who is her little sister. Who else would know her better that she grew up with, and that she can come and talk to us. And let's see from her vantage point who her sister is. And maybe she can pin us a picture, okay, about her and let us know why other people should get involved. All right. I think our son set the tune. So this is cool. It's good to have her on. Good evening, Mrs. Gufan. How are you today?
Good evening. Good evening. I'm happy. Thank you so much for this platform.
You're very welcome.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, it's good
Just
to
like
have
I've been struggling to get on, you know.
That's okay.
Yeah, the gender issue to the grandchildren to in the background and traveling and want to be with grandma and pushing them and trying to get myself
Look
prepared.
at Grandma Day. Look
I
at
was like,
Grandma Day.
it's been crazy, yeah.
Mercy, y'all did that to my sister this early. Okay,
I
grandma.
know.
Okay, grandma. Okay, grandma. I will send you the link so you can post it on your page to invite other people to come on. So today we're gonna start with you. Quite frankly, we want to
Yeah.
start with you, so we can set the background so people can know from when you comment. Why people will ask, why should we listen to her? Who is she? What is the relationship? What does she know about this person? I know there are a lot of all we are flopping
I
all over
know.
the place, and it's politics. People have interest. This politics, women have interest, children have interest, the youth have interest, but we have to first seek the interest of the nation and of the future. Okay, so I like to set the tone by asking about you. So first, we will appreciate it if you can introduce yourself, okay, and just tell us a little bit about you that you think the public needs to know.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Once again, thank you so much to Mrs. Yaseni Weh for providing me this opportunity to be on this platform. I'm grateful. We have always been around pushing women rights, and then it becomes even stronger when it comes to, you know, it comes in contact with relationship, a
Mhm.
close relationship to you, then you become more stronger. My name is Salome Goffin. I am the younger sister of Edith Gongloe Weh, one of the senatorial candidates in the coming senatorial election in Liberia, particularly Nima County.
Mhm.
So I was invited here to share some of her vision, um, some of the plans that she had for Nima County when she elected. Uh, I'm not saying if because I know that this is the time for the women of Nima County and the women
Yeah.
are prepared to elect it. So I'm saying when she's elected, those are things that she has on her agenda. So uh I'm Salome, as I said, and I'm a long-standing rights advocate in Liberia. I work as the executive director for a national organization that is called Rural Integrated Center for Community Empowerment. Back
Mm.
in 2008, I joined this organization as the first executive director. This organization was funded in 2005, but it kicked off in 2008. So, as the first executive director of this organization, I have worked with staff and other women rights groups in Liberia. And this organization today, from a grassroots organization, it has transformed to a national organization that is known, it's being recognized by different sectors in Liberia. We have worked with the United Nations. We have worked with the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Gender. We work with the public sector and different community groups. And our work have been focused on supporting women. We know that Nima Kante is deeply rooted in tradition. So, women participation, especially in political leadership in Nima, has been a serious challenge. So we have been supporting women. Most time when women want to vie for position, they say, "Oh, they don't have the capacity, or they don't have the strength. They are not educated." The women themselves sometimes don't believe in themselves because of the orientation that they have had over the time. So we have been working with community women, particularly to build their resilience, to strengthen their capacity so that they can see potential in themselves, and vie for some of these positions. We have also been working with community groups, especially communities that are affected by concessions. As we all know, Liberia, right after the war, they were tapping into different concessions as a means of providing livelihood and employment opportunity or resources to develop the country. So a lot of things were done, some not done correctly. So most of the concessions community were not involved in the agreement. So it left community completely devastated. So we've been working with communities to provide alternative, for example, to livelihood. Communities that were engaged into agricultural activities, when their land was taken, they went completely, out of income opportunity. So those are the work I have been doing. And on the national scene, I've been working with the women, Liberian Women NGO Secretariat, we call it Wongo, and we have been doing series of advocacy. For example, on the domestic violence bill, we've been knocking at the doors of the legislature to pass the bill, the FGM bill. Those are things that we've been doing, and we work tirelessly and to the extent where we were able to adopt the Liberia, the gender action plan. So making sure that gender is cut across all the different sectors in Liberia. So just to speak of some of the things I have done, we through our work we have been able to win some awards from the United Nations, especially the UNDP for promoting women's rights, especially for providing access to justice for women who have been raped. We provide pro bono legal services to survivors of rape and their family to access justice. So those are the kind of work we've been doing. And then working with women groups in Nima, we also train women groups across the 9 districts. And then we established the first Nima um, uh, women groups that will be responding to how NEMA can address some of the harmful traditional practices and sexual gender-based violence issue that were confronting women and girls. So basically, this is what I have been doing. At the international level, we are representing Liberia to conferences, working on the Liberia Internet determined contribution that has to do with the climate change, making sure that women issues are also incorporated in climate change, um, the climate change strategy.
Wow. Thank you
Mm,
so much, Mrs.
mm,
Gofan. Thank you so much. And
you
then
are
I'm gonna
welcome.
just I know this interview is not about you, but I wanted to establish why you are here. Why should you have this platform to speak to Liberian women? Why should you be a voice? Why should you add your voice? Or why should you even have the audacity to ask women and young people to be a part of this process? But and this is the only question I'm going to ask from you. You can elaborate as much as you want to at this point. And you know me. I'm big about women, justice for women, advocate.
Mhm.
Although I'm far millions of miles away, but still, I'm involved internationally and locally in my home country. Access to justice for women, reorientation, and giving women platform to believe in yourself. Can you just elaborate on it just a little bit? What does that look like? Bring us a picture. What does that look like in a place that literally fight against women and children? And in the violent, and you talk about domestic and sexual, uh, violence against women. You talk about domestic violence. You talk about, you know, MGM and all of that.
Yeah, so it's a challenging thing actually to support access to justice for women, especially in a traditional community like Nema County.
Mhm.
Mostly, most of the people who are the hierarchy of institutions that are providing services to women, I mean, access to justice, are mostly men. And so the traditional belief that, especially when it comes to rape, that women uh, would never consent to sex, so you have to use force. So those are some of the things that we hear. So really supporting and working with these traditional leaders and even the justice officials to understand the critical issue regarding access to justice for women is a difficult thing. And sometimes they feel that even taking people to court, is a taboo by itself. They see you as an enemy. So it has been a challenging time. But what Kanwa May, we have been there, providing trainings for the people to understand the rights of women, to understand human rights issue, and then to also understand that even those women that have been raped, most of the people, the victims, are not even women. Most time they are kids, they are babies, you know. So from our little support that we gave, we were able to give support um, to the justice officials, and then we hire lawyers to provide these services. And then working with also community women groups to understand and take ownership. And that is also very key, because if we cannot do for the community, you know, what they can do for themselves, what we can do is, there's a common saying like, brother, it's better to teach the person to fish than to also always give them fish. So working with the women, empowering the women to take ownership, you know, to fish for themselves, to speak out for themselves, is what is really critical. And I think that is very important, you know, when we talk about providing access to justice.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Gofan. It's actually a privilege having you, to have a woman who has a voice in our community, who is not in a bag that is trying to impact change. It may not be coming as fast as we want it to, but
Yeah.
impact change. Okay. So what I would do is, if you're on this platform, okay, we are trying to disseminate information. So you can ask, what has this person done? Please share the video. Your friend may not be my friend, okay? So we can have this conversation,
Oh, they
okay?
asking what the woman have done to.
No, they're not asking people.
uh,
I mean, those are
no,
legitimate
that's an
questions.
everyday thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
everyday
yeah, right.
question. They always ask what somebody has done, okay?
Mhm.
So let's now go back to why we invited you, folks. Let me let you know. Salome already said to all of you guys, she is the youngest sister of the Madame Edith
Kennedy.
Gongloe Weh, okay?
Mhm.
So we want to see through her eyes to let us know who her sister is. So I'm going to start with this first question, right? I'm going to start from us. You're giving us a brief background of you. Tell us about, what do your sister believe in? What is her philosophy? She's trying to lead. She will be one of the few women in the Senate. Okay. What is her belief system when it comes to women, when it comes to children, when it comes to her nation? What is her philosophy? We're going to listen to you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, Edith Gongloe Weh is a mother. She's a wife and she's a social worker. Edith believes in social justice for everyone. She believes that everybody have right, irrespective of their social status. She believes that in a society we all have the right. We should have equal opportunity. We should benefit from resources that God has blessed us with. Those are the beliefs that Edith had. She believes in human rights. She believes in equality. She believes in justice for people, fairness in practices, wherever opportunity society have, it should be equally distributed to people. And with her background um, in social work, Edith Gongloe Weh has served as advocate because of the beliefs that she had. She had been able to shape herself into an advocate for women, for children, wherever Edith finds herself. Edith found something to do. Wherever she sees people being discriminated, she gets uneasy. This is her philosophy. Even in our family, we are inspired by her every day for the kind of work she's doing. So that is Edith. She believes in justice. She believes in equal rights. She believes that people should have access to opportunity on an equal basis, whether they are poor, whether they are men or women. Uh, I mean, that is the kind of person Edith Gongloe Weh is. And that's one of the reasons why her passion have always driven her to go into the election, even though she have gone 1, 2, 3 times, she lost. But because of that passion, she continued to see discrimination in communities. She continued to see people being uh, marginalized. She continued to see injustice happening in communities. So she's always been pushed to come back, to find an opportunity so that she too can make a contribution and support her community.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Goffman. Thank you for that background. Now, tell us, okay, folks, if you're on here and you're concerned, please, if you have questions, just write it. Okay, we will have a few minutes to take calls so you can talk directly to Salome and ask your question. But I will appreciate if you can write your questions over here. Okay, and maybe we'll have 1 or 2 persons from the campaign team to join us, and we'll try to get with after this, get with Madame Weh later to come on the platform because Mr. Yelu is also going to be coming on the platform, and we'll make a decision here after. I'm going to make a decision here after. I know there's a news out there.
know.
Yeah, I know there's a news out there that, oh, yeah, all of you who have followed me on Facebook, at least in the last 10 years, I don't buy my tongue. Even my family will tell you. So let me take the glove off. Salome is my family. Okay, Edith is my family. Y'all don't know that. And I do, if I don't agree with my family, I make it known. Everybody know that, and I will speak my truth. So at this point, and what I'm hearing, and I don't want to talk a lot, so I'm going to let her talk. And when the day comes for me to, and I will tell you why I'm making my own stand. Okay, now tell us. I know you tell us her belief system. Tell us what separates her from the rest of the candidate. Why should people vote for her besides being a woman? Okay, and so tell us.
Okay, yeah. So besides being a woman, it is we are at a critical point in Nima County right now. Nima County has 9 districts, and we have 9 representatives with 2 senators. So we have 11. Technically a representative in the House of Legislature.
Right.
For the past 14 years, Nima have produced no female. Since I think Madam Kido left in 2010 or 2011.
No,
Nima have produced, she have produced no candidate.
Uh-huh.
So at this critical time, Edith Gongloe Weh, even though we are not talking about just a skill, coming as a woman, but she is the voice of the voiceless. She has been standing up for women. And with all the gaps that we see in Nima, where women issue are not being addressed. Because when the men go to the legislature, the picture, their picture of looking at national issues is from a different perspective. They don't have that gender lens. So Edith Gongloe Weh come with that gender perspective into the Senate, where oh my God.
That's okay. I'm gonna
Those are some of the gender issues when the people are coming around. Yeah.
Let me do this. I'm gonna let you take a break and take care of that while I play a video and you can listen while you take care of the grandbaby. So I'm gonna put myself in the front. Just go in the, I'm gonna be in the front. Go ahead and take care of the grandbaby and come back. That's the gender issue. Go ahead. Go ahead. Folks, as she's addressing this, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video for y'all, what she's talking about. Okay. So we're gonna talk about this really quickly. Okay. Let her go ahead and take it. And that's the gender issue that most people don't understand. Okay. I will put that up on the screen and then we'll go ahead. Okay. She's back. So there's no need for me to go about. When you're done, since you're back quickly, I will go ahead and let you finish your thought. And then I will come back and play this video for you almost at the end so we can address the video. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, the Senate name, I think for the past time we have had a lot of commotion in the Senate. And I think some of the reason one could say will be that most time the people that are elected to the Senate, if people go to the Senate inexperienced without formal education or proper education or the experience on what the tax at hand, they become very noisy in the Senate. But Edith Gongloe Weh comes with so much experience. She comes with a strong education background. She has strong communication skills. And this communication skills is not just about writing and speaking. In the Senate, one of the issues that happened there is that there are a lot of concession agreement that goes to the Senate, voluminous documents. And most time, our people who have the time to go into these documents to see what is there, what benefits the communities, what is there for Liberia. And so they quickly go and sign these documents. Either Gongloe Weh, with a strong communication background, will take concession documents, agreements, and view these documents, not only reading through, but going through to see what are the different perspectives. How does this document affect the communities? How does it affect women? For example, you have a concession agreement that mineral concession agreement that affect community land. Our people depend on agriculture as source of income. Most of the concessions, they're taking away the farmland. And the communities are never part of the agreement. The social uh, agreement issues are not addressed. Environmental issues are not addressed. The gender issue are not addressed in those concessions. So Edith Gongloe Weh will be that woman who will be critical on this issue to kind of analyze concession agreement and understand before those agreements are passed or agreed upon. So Edith Gongloe Weh will also push. She is a strong lobbyist. She will lobby on the floor with her friends to pass laws, bills that will be in the interest of Nema County. So those are things that the kind of skills that Edith come with. She come with strong leadership ability. Edith is a leader. The past leadership that she had in Nema County, Nema experienced a lot of progress. For example, during Edith's turn as the superintendent, the two term, I think 1 year, 10 months that she spent. Her coordination, the way she coordinated Nema County, the way she brought people together, it helped Nema. Even in the county meets, Nema County was able to win in succession for 2 terms, both kickball, football, I think, and the volleyball. So those are the kind of leadership skills that Edith will be bringing to the Senate. Edith is also somebody who she believes in inclusive leadership. Edith would not make decisions on her own at the Senate. She believes in hearing from her people. Edith will do a lot of consultation with her constituents. She will talk to the people of Nema County, the women of Nema County, the youth of Nema County, people who are challenged with disability. Edith will want to be very inclusive in decision, on issues that will be happening at the Senate. So those are the kind of skills, beyond her education that Edith will be bringing. So both soft skills and academic skills, are things that Edith will be bringing to the table.
Thank you. People are already writing their questions, and I will post them later. So let's have the conversation, and we'll come back to folks. We started like about 15 minutes late, so we're going to talk about 15 more minutes, and then thereafter we're going to go ahead and we will take your question. We'll put the number up for you to call if you have a number for you to call if you want to call in. Okay. So at the same time, please share the video so other people can get to it. So in the end, she will speak to the people on behalf of her sister because this is election per se. So I'm going to go to my next question to you. Okay. number. I have a number here. Let me see. Now, there are about, I think, 6% at least that I can remember in the race. There is Madam Ware. There is who is a woman. There is a young man named Mike, who is a young man. There is a seasoned politician in the name of Garrison Yellow. There is another guy whom name I'm not gonna call because I think he's
Think,
disrespectful. But for the sake of it, I will call his name is Koga, so other people can hear it maybe from me. There's Dr. Gumpu. There's I think Tingba. I don't know what the rest of the people.
yeah,
So
think, mm.
okay, yes. Um, now with among all of these people, what do you think? Okay, the people because let me explain first here to you all. The vote for any of the candidates is not for Nima County alone because we are a unitary
Yeah.
state.
Mm-hmm.
As such, the vote is for the whole country because the decision is collective. Okay, it does not matter how powerful you are. You have to be able to lobby. You have to be able to convince people. You have to be a leader. And you have to be persuasive. Now, Liberians, you also because not everybody from Nima County can vote, and not
Yeah.
everybody in around the world in Liberia can vote because of circumstances. Some of us cannot vote because I'm all the way, I don't know how many miles away, right? So speak to not just the Nima people. We will start with the Nima people. Okay. Why should the people of Nima County support your candidate? And why should the people of Liberia come together? Okay. Out of uh, emotional support or financial support, where other support or talking to the friends and relatives that are in Nimba that have voting card to vote for Madam Ware.
Okay. Yeah. So, um, let me say that Liberia is a signatory to so many uh conventions,
Mm-hmm.
and Liberia is a signatory to so many conventions, and some of the conventions speak to, like for example, the SDGs, which is the Sustainable Development Goals.
Right,
Um, it speaks to the issue of gender equality and the empowerment of women.
right.
And one of the key issues there is that women participation in decision making and how that impact development and the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Mm-hmm.
Liberia is lacking behind on achieving most of these goals, especially when it comes to gender, because of the disparity that we
Mm-hmm.
have in our different sector.
Mm-hmm.
Nima County being one of those counties that does not have a single female for the past 14 years, it becomes very urgent at this time for us to put forth a female candidate. Not only that, we are supporting a female candidate, but a female candidate that is prepared with vast experience, with academic excellence, strong leadership ability, that is able to showcase and support the vision and aspiration of Nima County to Liberia and to the world. Those are the reasons why Edith Gongloe Weh is should be a priority for now in Nima County. Edith represents the interests of the women of Nima. The women have said for too long we have suffered. Issues concerning women have not been addressed. When the men go to the Senate, their concern is role. Their concern is building bridges. Those are all good. Infrastructure development are good for everyone. But for example, what's about uh, a, wo- a, a senator who will focus on looking at how the health budget can be increased so that the issue of maternal mortality can be reduced? Right now, we have, for example, So every 1,000 births, there is 700 deaths. That is very high. So those are the reasons why a female candidate like Edith Gongloe Weh is needed in Nima County at this time. So that issue concerning women, issues concerning the communities, the local community, for example, look at the issue of Asla Mentar. Liberia and Nima County is going to sign 25 years contract with Asla Mentar. Yet the last 20-year contract, some of the issues that were spare out the agreement in the MDA were not addressed. For example, the construction, the infrastructure that Lanco left, that Asla Mentar is supposed to refurbish or kind of build additional new units to give quality living condition to their employees. Asla Mentar is bringing inconvenience for people to live. And those issues are not prioritized, but our meal that go into the Senate. Edith will be keen on this issue. There are a lot of environmental damage or damages that are happening in communities. For example, water sources. Men are not so much concerned about what happened to water sources because they do not go to fetch water. They don't know the distance that women travel in the bushes. They don't know what happened when a girl child goes in the bush. Sometimes our girl children are raped when the source of the water is far. When they go to fetch wool, people set in bushes to rape them. So those are gender issues that are crucial to women, for which the women of Nima County are standing up, and we are encouraging them to stand up to vote for Edith Gongloe Weh. And this is not only for Nima County, even for Liberia as a whole, because things that happen in Nima County are happening across different counties in Liberia. For example, look at Sano County, the Golden Viridian. Go to Bomi County and Cape Mount County, the minor companies, Saint Darby. There are a lot of destructions that are happening around Liberia. So key gender issue, we want to bring into our budget diversity. We want a gender responsive budget that will look at cross-cutting issues, the issue of youth, the issue of people with disability, the issue of maternal health. So those are the reasons why we think that Edith Gongloe Weh is best suited, because she have all the skills, she had the experience, she had contacts, she had the ability to lobby with her colleagues on the floor, so that priorities should be given, to health issue and issues that impact our people the most.
Wow, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we will take another 10 minutes and we will go through just through this question. Okay, so we're going to transition. Okay. So and this is for you, and also how Edith is going to address it. And I think you alluded to that briefly. So these are national issues and governance issues. So Liberia continues to face issues such as corruption, okay, everywhere. Every day you open a newspaper, 600,000, 1 million. And then that's small money, 250,000, 500,000. If they say 50,000, I wonder that people don't pay attention to it, okay? So we talked about corruption, abuse of power. Those in power do not abide by the law, and those are the ones who are supposed to be keepers of the law, okay? Gender-based violence, unemployment, 90% unemployment. Over 3.6 million live on less than $1 a day, okay? And besides, there are over 300,000 and counting Liberians are addicted to drugs, all of those abusive. How do you think, what is your view, and what do you think is the view, or do you know is the view of your candidate? What is her interest in regards to these issues?
Corruption in our country is a killer. Corruption is the one that has left Liberia far behind other developing countries. And the way to address corruption, it says a lot about where Liberia goes the coming years. So I think there are a lot of institutions that have been set up to fight corruption in Liberia. I think what is lacking is the political will, the support to these institutions so that they become effective, or the separation of power so that you give independence to these different autonomous agency or institutions that have been established to fight corruption. So my candidate, one of the things that we have discussed for some time is what's about looking at the justice system where a system where we have uh maybe a specialized court, because Liberia we say justice delayed, justice denied.
Mhm.
If we have a situation where people who are accused of corruption, they are being able to be processed quickly through the court system to either be acquitted or being found guilty so that they serve, the penalty for what they did. But in a situation where the court case will last for more than 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, it becomes a weaken the system to the extent that people who are accused of corruption, they may not have their day in court, but also to the extent that people will walk free. Okay, so those are some of the issues that we are thinking about. The other issue that my candidate is thinking about is providing support and independence to the institution, for example, the LACC, so that they can function well. Liberia budget this year, the budget that we had this year, most of the budget, they are not issue based. The budget are not addressing the real issue that confronts the country. So my candidate will be key on dissecting the budget. She will be critical. She will analyze the budget to see where we appropriate more money. Where do we need money to address some of these issues? So she will look at the issue of corruption, fighting corruption in Liberia to be one of the priority issues, because corruption takes away our money. And when we don't have the money, we cannot do development. We can't build our infrastructure. We can't build our roads. We can't cater to our children. We can't provide good education to our kids. We can't pay our teachers. That's why we see our kids demonstrating. They're demonstrating, they're protesting in the street, and then the same government take them and lock them up behind bars.
Which
So
which
my
which is
candidate is
which,
very
which,
key
which is
on fighting corruption, and she
mhm.
will be keen on supporting the institutions that fight corruption so that there will be appropriate allotment made for the institution, and then support their independence so that they are able to prosecute cases. She
Thank you.
also will lobby with her colleagues to see whether there's a possibility of establishing a specialized court that will be solely responsible to prosecute cases of corruption so that it
So
does not die down as
and
time
and,
goes.
and this would be for me to veer up a little bit. Um, the TRC established that the court need to be independent, meaning the judges need to be elected, and we needed to go back to the amendment of the Constitution. The court can never be independent if all of the judges are appointed
Appointed.
by
Will
the
and
president.
pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, they work at the will and pleasure. So the court will never be independent. So maybe there's something that you need to put at the bottom of the candidate feed. I have a question, but the question is not for you. It's about or tenure in my candidate. But hopefully she comes on the platform and talk to her and she can elaborate more, because those are questions that is they're banking on the door. So let's go ahead and go to this. We talked about, there's a lot of question about, I look forward to going to Liberia to work and have my voice and have a table and be at the table. And because I grew up here, okay, I particularly don't believe I'm going to be stationed one place, but I will do the work. Okay. 2020, I did a lot of work outside of doing the voting process here, because America do absentee vote, mail-in vote. And we had a lot of service people who travel around the world to work. although they have their homes here in Georgia. So when they try to contact them, when people were saying, oh, people were voting and they didn't live here. So we have to go, hey, Press, we have to leave, we who are on the team have to go to houses to verify if they still live there. Okay. Although their homes are here, but they work in different countries. So we had to do that. So in fact, Dwaluhu is doing this stuff. At one point, we were on the phone with me, and I was telling him, knocking and talking to family people. Does this, is this person address? Where are they now? Oh, they're still out of the country. They're still working out of the country. So let's go to this question about the domicile that we're talking about. Why do Madam Edith Gongloe travel a lot, or why is she between Liberia and the U.S.? Educate us, inform us, give us a reason why.
Okay. So I think we all know that Liberia have 14 years of civil war, and all of us travel across, to different countries to seek greener pasture, to seek education opportunity,
or to seek safety. Simple.
To seek safety, to seek all the other, survival is the first thing. So we all travel different places, and just in 2002, 2003, 2005, when we had the first election, and then gradually people started to return. When we all now believe that there is some level of security back home, so people started to return. And even though a lot of people have returned home, there are still people who are residing overseas. Some have partially returned. They still have their family overseas, and some of them moved to Liberia, so they are back and forth in America or other places where they find themselves and back. So that is a similar case with Edith Gongloe Weh. Edith moved to the United States in 1996 or 97 with her family, her children. She has her children here. She has her husband is here. And after the election of Madam Johnson Sirleaf, Edith campaigned for her. She supported her a lot because she believed in women leadership. So she supported Madam. So after that, when Madam Edith Gongloe Weh was later appointed as superintendent of Nima County, she served there for 1 year, 10 months. And after that, her turn, the women of Nima overwhelmingly petitioned her to go based on the kind of support and the kind of work that she did in Nima County. They felt that she was a voice for the women of Nima. They felt that it was an opportunity for the Nima women to have a representation. So Edith took on, but she was challenged, and then she was not able to get to that level. So Edith did not come to America right away. She remained in Liberia because she wanted to still continue to give support to her people, to work with the women that she worked with, because she have established women group. She established the concerned women that were all over Nima County. Edith worked with the Ministry of Health as a social worker, as a consultant. She was in Liberia until even her green card got revoked. Yes. And when Edith got ready to come to America to speak to her family, when she went to the embassy, they told her, you have to reapply. She cannot come to the U.S. Her son had to reapply for her on an immigrant for her to enter the U.S. So Edith does not always just come to America. In 2014, when Edith ran with Prince Johnson, Edith also remained in Liberia. She worked with the Ministry of Health. She stayed some time, even during the Ebola crisis. Edith was in Liberia. She supported the Ministry of Health on the Ebola on the Ebola team, working with, I think, out of the WHO or some of the UN women organizations that she worked with. So she had not just been moving back and forth. But more to that is that, look, I think the diaspora Connection is an opportunity for us, not only for Edith, but what about the people, our people back home? In recent time, Edith got connected with some group in the diaspora that gave her huge medical supplies that she have taken to Liberia for our hospital. Medical supplies, they had equipment. Those are things that we could spend millions of dollars to buy. But because of that diaspora connection, she got those materials free of charge. The only money she had to spend was the money for transportation. So Edith is moving back and forth because she had people that she depends on. She wants to continue to support her communities. The employment opportunity is not in Liberia. If she stays there forever, she cannot get the support she wants. So she has to come back to find a job so that she can continue to empower herself as she support her communities. This is the reason why you see Edith back and forth in America and back. But while Edith is here, she has not forgotten her people. She is always connected. Edith stays in America. She's even more connected most of the people that are in Liberia because she's on the radio. She's on the local radio. She listens to the local news. She make contributions in Liberia. She supports other people in Liberia. So I mean, that is why Edith is doing. I mean, or coming to America and going back and forth is mostly because the opportunities are not there. She had to come here to get support so that she continue to support her people.
Thank you so much. And those will be the audience right to call or to ask questions.
Uh,
So I'm gonna play this video for you, and you can explain to her. I have a different belief system. Okay, when it comes to the culture dynamics in Liberia or in Nimakande, because my mother was a Zo, so we have access. Okay, and I understand to some degree the cultural dynamics, and I know before the war we have women who were senator in Liberia.
Bravo.
Before the war, we had a man, Komo Sako, who was of Madingo, was a senator in Imakani.
Yeah.
All of this new thing that is coming on with this blockade, I call it a blockade of women, so women cannot participate, is new to this new generation, is new to me. So I'm going to play this video. I want you to tell us what are your thoughts on that, okay? Why it should be discouraged or why it should be encouraged. So let's see where we go from here.
You say, you ever hear a woman, you say, you there, woman can also. That woman that coming there would lure us inside there. She will never spy in my country. That terrorist, that terrorist part of all of culture. I say the man who die, that the hero of the country. They say woman will replace it. You not see it before? You not see it before? We will never allow it to happen. The player will say that thing more than in the man sector. Because they get more society than us. I'm going to tell the head of them there to say, that way I can do it, you'll tell me. For women to challenge our culture, they will say now, say yes. The demand what are we talking about?
I want to stop here, Salome. And before you come in, I want to say something. I would like to read to the Liberian people who are listening what our Constitution states in Article 5 of our Constitution. Okay. And our Constitution, it is the foundation for which the nation was built. So anybody who think that the culture is supersede the Constitution, that's not a true statement. You're naive. Anybody who think the politics supersede the Constitution, that is not a true statement. You're also naive. Okay, you're interpreting it the way you want to. Okay, so Article 5 state, okay, Liberian Constitution. I'm going to read this and then you can surmise from there where your thoughts are really quickly. So this is from the 1986 Constitution, okay? It talks about national integration, okay? Not assimilation, but integration. That you take what is good about your culture, then you take what is good about your Constitution, you bring them together, you create a blend that makes it livable for the rest of the population, right? So here we go. You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here it goes. The Republic shall aim to strengthen the national integration and unity of the people of Liberia, regardless of ethnic, regional, or other differences, into
Mhm.
one body politics. And the legislature shall enact laws promoting national unification and encouraging all citizens to participate in government. Encouraging all citizens to participate in government. It didn't say some, it didn't say gender, but all
Yeah.
citizens. Now it goes on to say cultural preservation. The Republic shall preserve, protect, and promote positive. The word is positive Liberian culture, ensuring that the traditional values is compatible with public policy. You hear that? Is compatible with public policies and national progress. National
Mhm.
progress. Remember that are adapted and developed as an integral part of the growing needs of Liberian society. Now, it went on to say in three, elimination of sectionalism and corruption. The
Mhm.
Republic shall take steps by appropriate legislature, legislation and executive order to eliminate sectionalism, tribalism, such abuse of power as the misuse of government resources, nepotism, and all other corrupt practices. Now, you have listened to this gentleman. Okay, somebody just wrote. Now, explain to us what is your thought on the view of this man? What will you say to him? What will you say to the young people of Liberia? What will you say to the women of Liberia? To tell me, for me, it's not my culture. Like I said, my mother was a zoo, and my mother could go to the men and could go to the side. Okay. And she could also say Kayo, and the men will go in, only a few men will come out. So the culture is it called both ways. If the women yell out, to get their privacy and come out, the men will also go in, except for those who can go into both places will come out. All right. So what are your thoughts? And I can talk about that. I would use another time to just explain to our cultural dynamics. But go ahead.
Madam Kweye, but the thing is funny, right? Uh, the House of Senate is not a House of Zoe. We are
No,
not going there. We're not going to the Senate to perform any Zoe activity. The
okay.
House of Senate is a house of intellectual. It's a house of elders, a house of wisdom.
Yes.
That is the kind of character, the values that we want to see in the House of Senate. Mr. Koga or Honorable Koga, whatever title he
Don't
has
say
been in the
because
house
I
for
would say
12,
Representative
I think
Koga.
12,
They're not
12
honorable.
years
Mhm.
in
Go ahead.
administration to promote a staff, because I see him as a staff of the people of Nima County.
Yes,
We have
he is.
elected him to the post of representative for 12 years. And he's coming back to us to promote him to another level, a higher level. So
Mhm.
I think he should be bringing back to us, giving a result of what he has done. Or we should be evaluating him based on the performance for the 12 years. But instead, he comes back to talk about Zoos, oh my God, my people, and how women cannot go to the sunny bush, or women cannot go to the men home and all of that. I think that is just a scare tidy. I believe, I mean, personally, that Mr. Koga does not have any message for the people of Nima. He has done nothing. So because he has done nothing, he's looking for a scare title or something, using a tradition to manipulate the mind of the people to vote for him. And I think the Nema County people need to make their judgments very well. Mr. Coker, at this time, 3 times in the House of Representatives, you should be telling us why should we vote you. Tell us the 10 what you have done. What have you achieved for the 12 years? What will you do different in the coming years when we should elect
Madam
you?
Gofa, I
Can
think
you
that
turn
you
it
said,
Bobby? Oh
hold
my
on,
God. I'm so
I'm gonna
sorry,
do
my
this.
people.
That's okay. Go ahead, take care of that. I'm gonna go ahead and play another video, guys. I want you to, I want to let him, I want to let the for your Liberian women to hear this man, which is very deplorable. It's very discouraging in 2025. I want to talk about this a little bit, folks, before Salome comes back. I want to talk about this a little bit. Okay. Um, this is not, the government is not our culture. The government and a type of government is the way that a nation organizes itself to lead or to rule. Okay. So the zones and all of that is tradition which happen in the bush. The Senate or the legislature in America, we call it the House of Wisdom. Okay, the legislature is called the House of Wisdom. The judiciary is called the House of Justice, and the executive, at least we call it here, moderation, where everything should be balanced. Okay, that's what it is. So, good evening, Brother Joe. Now I'm gonna bring Salome back so we can get some closing their questions here, so we can take some questions. But before we go forward, before the war, we have Catherine Cummings, who is a woman who was a senator in the McKinney. So these people have built a wall, try to take us back, to make sure we are kept in a cage. Okay, around the world, the rest of the world, and I can tell you a few lists of a country. Okay, who have GDP that Liberia have never seen. Namibia just inaugurated the woman president again. Okay. Um, Tanzania has a woman president. Tanzania has a woman president. Okay. Their approximate GDP is 86 billion. That's Tanzania. Namibia, okay, 13 billion has the woman leader. We are high Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And you have one little county. And somebody telling us we need to go in the kitchen. Now, Madam Gofan, if you're back, here I am. There's a question here for you, and I'm going to post it. If you can read it, that's fine. That's Dr. Nya, Dr. Tayo. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Tayo is here. One thing, though, I will say to some of your young people that are coming under the post and being negative, I will ask you to try to sell your candidate instead of being disrespectful. What good is this? Is my post. I can decide to delete where you write, okay? But I don't want to shut you up, all right? Because what you're telling us to shut up. We don't have a voice, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Sell your candidate and leave the other candidate. So, Dr. Tayo, we're talking about your organization. What has your organization done about what do you call it? Okay, is that what he talked about?
So organization
Yes.
address issue of.
Yeah, that FGM. How have you? Yeah, that's what he's talking about. FGM. How they have they? You talked about that earlier. So let's go back to that just so we answer him.
Yeah, what is he saying?
Okay.
What FGM?
Yes, that what he's talking about. What's the major? He's talking about major. Okay. How has your organization addressed the issue of that FGM? I'm not going to go through the big old word. Are you pro or con? Are you for it or are you not for it? Why? How have you addressed it?
My organization does not support FGM. I mean, zero tolerance FGM, because the FGM in Liberia is not of informed consent. Most of the people that have been initiated into FGM activities are not adults who are able to make their own decision. They are babies, they are children. There are also women who don't want to be initiated, who are forced, because of tradition. So it's squarely against the will, the will of the people. So my organization does not support. And we are even part of organizations that have been campaigning for the FDM bill to be passed. And I think by the grace of God, we have like some um a little bit of change coming. I mean, we see the men, and those are some of the issues why we want women in the house, because they do not see, what FGM does to the woman, how it takes away women's dignity. Those girls that have been initiated, how they have been impacted, how their health have been impacted. They do not see these things. But with a woman, a female candidate in the house, those are issues we want to talk about at the level of the Senate. So
Okay.
my organization has zero tolerance. We speak against it. We educate, communicate, but we are sensitive because it is our culture, the
Right.
unique culture. We are looking at the unique part of the culture. Can we maintain, for example, those who are initiated? There are some teaching that the women do, which are very good. Can we maintain those ones that are good,
Right.
and then do away with those ones that are harmful? Okay.
Right.
If still other women want to go into the harmful aspect, can we allow them to reach the age of maturity so that they make their own decision? In that way, they go there with informed consent. They are making that decision. But initiating children, initiating baby, it's squarely against human rights. It's against the right of the people, and we do not support that.
Thank you so much, Salome. It has been a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
I would like to hear from you, folks. If you're out here, that was the one question that we have. Most of the people here said they should give this woman an opportunity. Again, talk to the Liberian people that will be listening. Where can they contact you? How do they contact your candidate? Who do they go to? Who representing your candidate in the United States that they can come to if they need to contribute? So talk to us.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, before I go to that, I was talking about the issue of somebody woman, no woman should represent the soul.
Go ahead.
So in addition to the Liberian Constitution that gave right to everybody to participate, to have political participation, vie for any political position, there are also international instruments. The Convention on the elimination of discrimination against women is also a convention that Liberia is a signatory to. So with this convention in place and the laws have been domesticated in Liberia, we cannot, somebody who is a representative, to stay in a community and say those things is so much, uh, kind of
And
disheartening.
I have not heard
Yeah.
any condemnation or from any of our leaders. Okay, the only person who talked about it yesterday. Oh, before you go, I wanted you to talk to us. Yake endorsed your candidate, Mr. Alexander Cummings, who is a political leader. Uh, I don't want to hear the 1% because they say 1%. They say 1%. Boaka went to go back to get support from the 1%. So they George Weah. So I don't want to hear the 1%. It take 1% to make them far. But people didn't win with 1%, with less than 1%. So to say the least, I don't want to hear it. Go ahead, talk to us.
Yeah. So I mean,
Where have you
we
talked to them?
Yeah, we want to commend all these people that are trooping in to endorse the madam. I'm sure they clearly see why it is. Some of these people have worked, for example, Yeke have worked with Honorable Coker in the house. So I mean, with him coming back to endorse Madam Edith Gongloe Weh speaks volume. It means he has seen the potential in her. He understands that women too need to have a voice, they need to be represented in the house. It cannot always be the men. When the men go there, we are not against them, but are they putting on the table the issue that affect women? They are not. Nima women issue are still under the table. Women are still dying from childbirth. Recently, I think it was 2002, 2022 or 2023, there was a particular incident um, around the District 4, District 5, where a pregnant woman who had complication was being transported from a community to a catchment, let's to the referral clinic. I think they were taking her to conflict. And guess what? The ambulance got stuck and that lady died right in the ambulance.
But we just saw
Yeah.
this week where a woman was refused for money at the hospital, and
Yeah.
she
She died.
Although the international community gave us millions for
those are numerous cases.
health.
So
Yes, for maternal health.
some of the things we're looking at is how can we support? Because woman go to hospital, she's in labor, and the hospital say you got to do some deposit. If you don't do the deposit, there was a particular lady who rented from me in Morovia. She died because her husband could not afford at 3 a.m. in the morning. Her husband did not have $150 to deposit in the hospital. He told the hospital, can you allow me help my wife? I'm going around to get your 150. And they denied him. And because of that, he lost his wife with the baby. So those are gender issues that we will be discussing as we get to the House of Senate. How can we appropriate a budget that it will be able to address some of the issues so that we reduce the issue of maternal mortality that women are faced with? So yeah, I mean, but somebody stopping my candidate to say, oh, Edith Gongloe Weh, she cannot go, she's a woman. We are not representing Prince Johnson as a king. We are replacing him as a member of the Senate that the county lost. So we should look for another competent pricing from the county, or female or male, whoever is competent. But at this point, we are saying that since the gender gap, in fact, there's nothing like gap. Absolutely, there is no female. We are going for the female because we, the women too, we need our voices to be heard and our issue to be put on the table.
Thank you. So
Thank you.
Any final thoughts?
The only thought I want just to say thank you for this platform, and I want to encourage our people from Nima County to see this election as an opportunity for us to make decisions that will transform our communities, our people, to be able to address some of the trendy issues that we have that are confronted her for over the time. This election is not about relationship with people. It's not about my own interest. Let's look at the bigger picture. How can we lift Nima? Nima County holds one of the richest mountain that provide resources. But for example, the people that live around there, what have they benefited? Nothing. All the resources that we boast of, we cannot show anything. This is the time to elect the person who will go and provide you excellent exceptional representation in the house, to be able to place the issue that confront Nima on the table and be able to make appropriate allotment that addresses the issues that confront us most. So I want to encourage the women out there to troop in and support the lone female candidate, Madam Edith Gongloe Weh, in this election. We're not supporting her only because she's a woman. We're supporting her because she's prepared. She's highly educated. She got vast experience. She got exceptional leadership skills, and she's able to produce the good for Nima County. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
This is it. That's there you have it. That is Mrs. Goffin. Yes. Um, and Nima County, you need to be proud. Here is your daughter. When you educate, there's a saying that goes, when you educate a woman, you educate
get a family. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna get the rest of the candidate here. You come and listen, show your candidate why you're here, okay? And then in the end, make a decision that is best for Liberia, not for you. Okay. We are talking about lawmakers. I'm not talking about yes, man, and yes, sir. That's what we're talking about. But let me send my message out. Salome.
Yeah.
Can you speak Mano to the people?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So we vote comme nous pied, ko leke nous ko lise nous ko le nous pied ko da ko mano ko nous pied.
Okay. Nima Kante me ka tue ka vwe, Nima Kante babwa, Nima Kante ogeme ni soma, Nima Kante awia o ilan kwa gibe. So Nima me on si Salome Gofin. Man ya ke ngo ya we mesno ke ngon si district 1 being ga. Unu le ka pie do no pe kan ka le vo le no ke ye wa mi le vo ka ye wa pe dan yu ayi ke vo ke ide apeka vo no ke mi le kwala si ke lo ke ide mo won le agbin le kwa sre do die won mo ke age ke Nima Kante de esre pana ze bein ze ka la bia ze ke aben to ato ke be ebe no ba amo mi e tele kwa na mi e krite ka won le won ke le to kwa du ire Gongloe Weh de agbe mo gwonu pe te ka mo representative for la kwa kre da ogun o seyin ogun ka gun fun to le to ire o ya le ke ya ka die ka yido ka le de wa wi ye wa kaka pe ke le gun e de si ele to ke gun wa to e ke be gun kle ye gun le nu de ka ji ke e pere ere akle e a ke pe ka gun kle pere pe ku do de le tie ka keye Nima Kante mi kwa vo ke ka lu ire Gongloe Weh ile e do lo da mono gonu ba e li de nu ba e da nu ba ke aben won ye do do abo de we san ke ka keye ke eme mo pie ke zo ya ke nu ke won lo be mo ko kera o ake o kera ke won ye enu kwa sremo de zinu ne akale kwa do nu to de alo kon le bo to kami àwọn saying that ire amon logo keye ke zie ke bie o kwa nye kala nu bei o pin nu ekebe ye do wa do le yo mo ke that le nu pin o kebe ke o zo ko pie kwa no menu de o pe ga mi piano ke zie kebe ke no menu o kli de o be o kwa si to ka o ke mi pananze ka so kwa vo ke kwa lu ire Gongloe Weh de do sen ka jire so jire ka denjire kaka kwa toka kamo iwe ite pie iwe ba no be pie ba ge du okwa ben kwa si du le be du oko si du le du tu oke ka no ko le ke kwa sense kwa ta kwa keva kwa Nima Kante ke gboko won ma na nge ka le ka sense ka suo I could speak the Gio, but I will not be.
Let's see 2 minutes.
Tampo me ka bua anuka pie nya pie nemba kwadu ire Gongloe Weh egba nukwa pie si akwei akwe godo ka yisie ene ire be menu kwa ka plaka grense kwa ire ne kwa voka ire le kwene ka ire ba di ene ire be edo nye da o gime Gone okay, mama oba. Ko ede ya baba ya koka. Ayede akake de enu zo ogime. Ko ya please ya
Okay,
say it.
leave it right there. That's good enough. You're not
So
good either.
kwa voka ile Gongloe Weh le lonu. Ni magande lonu kwa wru kwa ba yenne. Kwa ba we ka voka ile Gongloe Weh le be ba nelo donza o kwa la be o ba o de apie be o la po de kwe de ne doye kaze wo le ile Gongloe Weh be a me akele yede be. I want people give very long time. I don't speak you, but I think I try. So let's
Good.
vote for
That's good.
Mana Eden Gongloe Weh. Any house that is without a female or a woman, a home without a wife, does not stand. The men cannot do anything until they have us. Let's have one woman at the back of our men, of our brothers, so that she can be the counselor there for them, so that she can join them to advocate for better uh uh Nima Kante, so that she can do better appropriation for Nima Kante. She will speak for the interests of the women, the children, and everybody. That's why I was speaking in Mano right now.
Thank you so much.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Salome. It's good having you. I'll go take care of the grandchildren. Thank you for availing yourself to paint
They
us a
really
picture.
disturb me, my
Yeah,
people. I am so sorry. And this
that's
is the
okay.
general issue. Those
That's
are the issue. Even in the workplaces, those considerations need to be made.
that's where you're appearing. So you have a good evening. It's great having
Uh,
you. Great
uh,
conversation. God
thank
bless. Now
you.
you know how to use the application. Have a good
Yeah.
night, Mama. Okay. Now, now unveiling. You came late. She started a conversation with that what do you call it? She We should not only vote for Edith because she's a woman, but because she's educated, she experienced, she's a great communicator. She understands the issue. Okay, men go to the Congress, and when they don't know what they are doing, they start chaos instead of doing the people work. She does not believe that majority of the people, the men that are there, they're in the interest of the nation. By example, you can see the direction of the nation. So maybe you can go and watch it. I think it's like an hour and 30 minutes. That said, everyone, I want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. Tomorrow evening, tune in. We're going to have Garrison Yelu on this line. Sunday evening, we have a representation of the CMC candidate, Mr. Mike Blinwa, who is a younger candidate, also coming into the field the first time. We would like to hear from them and have a conversation. I know a lot of people are asking me, who are you going to support? You're going to support somebody. Yasin is supporting in undercover. One thing though, if you have followed me over the years, I don't bite and blow. I'm not white rats. I got something to say. I say it. I pay my own bills. I've always, since I was 17 years old. I've been advocating since I was 13 years old. I'm almost 30 years old. I own no one, absolutely no one. My conscience but me. Okay. I can love you and don't have to vote for you. I told you before, Edith is family. When 2020 happened, I said what I needed to say, and I step back. We have seen talk. We talk as family. We hug. We say what we need to say. This is politics. It's about the interest of the nation. It is the nation interest for which I seek. I will do my own analysis. I have reached out to most of the candidates. All right, those that are willing to speak to me. If they do, I will speak to them, get a few of them, understand their minds, and then I will make a decision based on that. It will not be based on my affiliation of anybody or to anyone or to a political party for that matter. I wouldn't. It would be based on my own belief system and what my conscience can deal with. Okay. And those that love me will love me regardless of what my decision is in this political arena. That's how I see it. Okay. So I will stop here. Salome, thank you. And I will speak to the people of Nima, young women, young men. If you are asking for money to vote, or you are taking money to vote, the people do not represent you because they're paying you for your vote. So you can't say they're corrupt. I have been in Liberia during election. The last 2 elections, I have been in Liberia. Okay. And I know what people do, what people ask for. Okay. I know that. I remember being in the Ban area where people were asking people should buy them lapa, they must get them peck of rice. And I told them, if they have to give all of you this for you to vote, and you want to come back and ask the very person, because that person, and that's why most of the good people don't get in the race, because they don't have money. They don't have money to give you. And then they're going to go through the prosecution. That's a saying that goes, when good men do nothing, evil prevails. And people are saying, oh, so everybody in the election, they're bad. You know, I said to everybody, Liberia have more good people than they have more bad people. But the good people are not willing to make the sacrifice. The good people are not willing to get into the ring and get bloody. The good people are not willing to get in the ring to be contempt, to be for their character to be tarnished. We saw that with Alexander Cummings. We saw where people that he has supported, people that he has fed, people who he has saved, people who have paid school fee for. God understand to lie on him. We heard how people drag a man who been married to his wife for over 40 years, that the world adores him, because I have seen that. I seen him when he retired from Coca-Cola, the party that was held in Marietta for him, the other one that was held for him. Our people came from all around the world to salute him, to give him his flower. I saw how they drag him. Okay. So that when the good people will not get in the ring, when the good people will not fight, you know, I always tell people, I'm in America because the good people fought. Dr. Martin Luther King fought till his death. Malcolm X fought till his death. Okay. Philip Asa Randall fought until he had to move up north. John Lewis fought until he got a seat at the table. He got beaten. He got thrown in jail. Until the good people can wake up and be heard and take some punches. This is our path, all of us. And the good people want to take easy route. They want to be friends to everybody. I'm not everybody's friend. And if you're my family, I'm your family because God decided I didn't choose you. You chose me. If I choose you as a friend, it's a choice. But I'm in this reign for Liberia. I will choose in the end. And that is also my choice if I want to do so. That said, Salome, great show. Thank you for coming to talk to us. Thank you for your journey. I particularly know what you do. Okay. I wanted you to talk to you about what you do and what your sister do. So the hope is that to have Sis Edith over here so she can talk, because the question that Liberian people are asking, that will be able to ask that question. We're not going to ask you that question. I know people will come and say, oh, yeah, Cindy, they asked the sister that question. That's not her question to answer. When she was superintendent in the Macante, what transpired, her name is for her to kind of explain to us what she did. Okay. So, folks, that was a glimpse of Mana Edith Gongloe through her sister, Salome Gongloe Weh. Yes. All right. I'll talk to you later. I know most of you don't believe it. As much as I went off on Edith, she's family. Maybe you don't know that. But I still stood up to her. Y'all can remember 2020? I did. So that's me. Love you guys. Have a good night. And let me play my little song here where it says, where is my song? Play me my song. Let me play this song as I go. Lay me down to sleep. And I will play this. Let me get this man off. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this song. Why am I hungry? Why do I feel hungry?
am a woman. I'm a strong woman. I'm intelligent and wise. A beautiful woman. I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. Magnificent. Today's woman. I can be your doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or an engineer. I could be your mother. Ooh, I can be your sister. I can be a nurse or a judge in the court. I could be a leader, ruling over a nation, all over the world. I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. I'm intelligent and wise. A beautiful woman. I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. Magnificent. Today's woman. The spirit of women is calling, and the voice of unity must answer.